Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Attacking Toucan's channel. This video is sponsored by Lobsters. I hope you have a great time. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Peace.
Hey, what's up, hoes? Welcome back to ZOOTR 4. I'm hanging out with my new friend. It's a tech type named Tanya. I was eating some flaming hot Funyuns earlier, and I shared some with Tanya, and now she's just going crazy for me. She won't leave me alone. She's traveling around Hyrule with me as my companion. How cool would it be if you could actually have Tech Tice as a companion? I would love that. Okay, whoa. Tanya, let me do my business. I might have to end our friendship, which I do not want to do. Are you okay, Tanya? I did not mean for that to happen. I'm so sorry. Alright, so I'm going to leave her up here for now. I'm going to drop down this hole. Oh, she came down here with me. She wants to help. Oh, she's about to kill me. Oh, I forgot there's invisible skulltulas in here. Okay, Tanya is staying down there. Good. That's where I want you, Tanya. So up here, there's a skulltula token. This is in the Zora's Fountain. And this is probably one of the most overlooked gold skulltula tokens in the whole entire game. Because it's just so far out of the way, and it's not a location you come very often. That's gonna save us a lot of time. Just long shot straight to the top. Yeah, we have this little platform up here that overlooks the area where Lord Jabu Jabu lives. Well, Lord Jabu Jabu's not here. Where did Lord Jabu Jabu go? I forget what happened. I hope he's not dead. I hope he just found a bigger pond. Hopefully they moved him to the ocean. Ooh, another bottle. Has a blue potion inside. That can come in handy. Okay, having two bottles is great, because now we have a bottle for our spiders, but we also have a bottle to heal ourselves. Which, let's just go ahead and drink this now so we can refill our hearts. And I'm probably just going to put a fairy inside. Alright, so next area we're going to go to. We learned the Minuet of Forest last episode. And we're going to take that back to the Forest Meadow, or the Sacred Grove. Because we got the Song of Storms, which we can play to open up a ton of grottos. There's a lot of sinkholes, a lot of erosion happening around here. Make it rain, baby. It's raining rain. Hallelujah, it's raining rain. Amen. Okay, we have two more scrubs down here. Okay, I'm playing so sloppily today. I need to care more about my gameplay. I just all I care about is making stupid jokes. I need to actually care about how well I'm playing the game. It's also not completely my fault because my bangs are starting to block my eyesight, my vision. I got LASIK earlier this year, and now I'm completely negating the LASIK by having bangs that cover my face. Well, this would have been nice to have earlier, so we could have finished Spirit Temple last episode. Thank you. I will take these hearts. Alright, stop by the fairy fountain. Get a fairy. Now, we will probably never get another game over for the rest of the series, because once you have a fairy in a bottle, you're pretty much set. Although, knock on wood, I'm probably still gonna die. Okay, we're right outside of the Lost Woods in Kokiri Forest. We have another grotto right here. I'm gonna try to play the song right on top of it, so I just fall straight into the hole. Oh my god, we were so close. 2 inches off. That would have been great, though. Take your iron boots off. Wait, why do you keep switching? No, take them off. Thank you. You don't need to be heavy right now. Probably just trying to work out his leg muscles. Nice. Piece of heart. Speaking of working out leg muscles, the past few weeks, I've been starting on going on regular hikes every once in a while, which I love hiking. I think it's one of the most fun things. It almost feels like you're playing a Zelda game in real life because you're out just exploring nature. But the hikes I've been going on the past few weeks literally feel like I'm in Breath of the Wild by how phenomenal the scenery is. Because I've been going to the San Bernardino Mountains and Malibu in the Los Angeles area, and the views are just so nice when you look out. I did not realize there was so many mountain ranges surrounding the Los Angeles area whenever I moved out here, but I'm so happy there is because I feel like I'm just on a field day when it comes to the hikes. But the hike I went on a couple days ago in Malibu, I feel like I almost had a heat stroke at one point because it was so hot. It was 110 degrees. It's been so hot in California. And the hike we went on did not have any shade whatsoever. And by the time we were getting to like the very top of the mountain, a few hours into the hike, I was like running out of water and not having a great time. Fortunately, I made it back okay. I was with a group of friends who had extra water, so I was able to survive. Okay, so somebody in the comments gave me this wonderful idea of using Nairu's love right here to get across this lava pool so we can finally get to these Deku Scrubs. I feel like we've tried to get back here so many times during this Let's Play. Okay, 3 more Scrubs. I love these grottos. Getting 3 items like back to back to back is so much fun. Key for Grotto Training Grounds. We might head back there later. We have the opportunity to. We have 3 keys for that place now. Although I kind of want to wait until I get the bow and arrow. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go and turn into Child Link after this so we can do some more stuff as a kid, because I think there's more things we can do as a kid right now. And I just kind of want to find the bow and arrow before I continue doing stuff as an adult, because most of the stuff we can do now as an adult requires the bow and arrow. The fastest way to teleport back to the Temple of Time, though, is I'm going to do a soft reset real fast after saving the game. It'll warp us back to the Temple of Time, so I don't have to walk all the way there. And since we got the Forest Medallion last episode from beating the Dongo's Cavern, Sheik is going to give us an item in place of the Prelude of Light, which she normally teaches you after you beat this temple. We just gotta walk into the Master Sword Room. Also, something else that I haven't mentioned in this series yet is if you come in up to this pedestal of time where the spiritual stones are and you check it, it'll actually tell you where all of the medallions are. So if you're going for a specific medallion in the game, you can find out where it is there. But for Triforce Hunt, it doesn't really matter too much. But whenever you're doing races or something like that online against other people and you're trying to be fast, that is your resource in order to find those things. Also, if you go up to the Sheikah Stones and talk to them around Hyrule, they'll give you hints as to where items are as well, which I haven't done during the series. I don't personally like doing that for Let's Plays, because I think it kind of like spoils the experience a little bit, just like getting to know where everything is so easily. But if I was in a race or something and trying to have speed, I would use my resources. But just to test it out real fast, let's talk to one of these stones right here and see what hints they give us. They say the Forest Temple is on the path of gold. They say that Twinrova always casts the same spell the first 3 times. They say that Malin's obstacle course leads to a gold skulltula token. They say that a piece of Triforce can be found at Death Mountain Trail. Okay, so yeah, you can talk to those and try to find hints as to where the items you want are. It really comes in handy for speeding up races, because you don't want races to last too long, especially if there's an audience. So that's a really good resource to keep them quicker. Okay, so we're back in Kakariko Village, and what I want to do next is I want to go to the bottom of the well. And since we have the Song of Storms, we can drain the well and get down there by playing the Song of Storms in the windmill. But I actually want to show you guys a glitch that I learned to get to the bottom of the well instead. And I'm not going to consider it cheating in this sense, since we already have the item that we need to get down there the regular way. I'm going to start off by coming up to this sign and trying to do an infinite sword glitch. There we go. As you can see, my sword is like glowing. It's in lightsaber mode. Next, I'm going to have to put it away so my hitbox is a little bit smaller. And we're going to pick up a chicken. Here's one right here. So I'm going to get kind of close to it. Oh, okay, that was close. I almost activated it. I'm going to get up close, and I'm going to press A to pick it up. And now we're in a mode, a constant state of hurting the chicken. The chicken is getting attacked, and the second I throw him, all of the chickens are going to come attack me. What we're going to do is we're going to come up into this little indention of the well. I'm going to look outwards, and then I'm going to throw, and then do a backflip at the same time. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't do it right. Oh, no. Okay, gotta reset. Oh, I'm sorry for hurting your friend. Dang it, oh my god, they take 2 hearts at a time. That's rough. I don't want to talk to you, Gate Carpenter. I think I just pressed the buttons too close to one another last time. You have to have, like, perfect timing. Damn it. How do I keep messing this up? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Wow. The chickens killed me. Thank God we got the fairy this episode. Okay, we did it. We did it that time. Whew. Thank God. I was starting to worry that I wasn't going to get it. Alright, so that cutscene happens, and we're just standing at the bottom of the well. Link just lands down there, and we're able to swim into the hole. We could have played the Song of Storms to get in here, but I wanted to show off a glitch that I learned instead. Shoutouts to my friend Squeal for teaching that to me. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's so dumb. I just realized, so we don't even have to break this the normal way. We can just use Din's Fire. We can do the whole dungeon backwards if you want to. I can't believe Great Deku Tree is the very last dungeon we found in this whole entire randomizer. Normally the first dungeon, but in this series it's the last dungeon. Randomizers love to switch it up on us. Map for Dodongo's Cavern. Ick. Don't care. And also, I want to apologize for taking a bit longer to get this episode up. I've had a very unhealthy obsession with Hollow Knight recently. I know I mentioned it last episode. I've been playing it way too much. I beat the game. It took me like 30 hours to beat, and now I've been going for 100% completion because the game is just so satisfying to play. I'm at like 85% completion right now, and it's been like one of my favorite gaming experiences in a long time. Finally found the silver scale, dude! Now we can dive further than 3 meters. We can go 6 meters now. It's about freaking time we found that. It's gonna allow us to use quite a few more shortcuts. Give me the goods. Triforce Shards, 21 out of 25, only 4 left. And then this series is over. This is gonna be too soon, guys. But fortunately, we have a lot of other Zelda games and randomizers to play, so it's not that sad. We'll be hopping into another Zelda randomizer after this series, so nothing to worry about. I wonder if there's a randomizer for Hollow Knight, because I know Metroidvania games are like the best type of games for randomizers. I don't know if modding can exist for that type of game since it's an indie game, but I would think that more modding capabilities would exist with that game since it's an indie game. But I guess it definitely comes down to the company. But I'll need to do my research. I haven't looked into that at all. But maybe I'll do a Hollow Knight randomizer someday. That would be really fun. And there's a lot I want to say about that game because it's been a great experience. And it's been making me think. So we talked about last episode how Zelda games are somewhat similar to Metroidvania games. And I would say with randomizers, it's almost more like a Metroidvania game because of that. Because you do a lot more backtracking whenever you're playing randomizers. And people told me in the comments that the main thing that separates Metroidvania games from Zelda games is the fact that Zelda games don't normally have nearly as much backtracking, which is very true indeed. But like I said, when you're playing randomizers, there is a lot of backtracking, especially with key-sanity. And something else I was thinking about playing Hollow Knight so much is I thought about how much fun it would be to have a 2D Zelda game that works as a 2D side-scroller, somewhat similar to like the original Zelda 2, Adventures of Link, where whenever you were in a dungeon, it's like a 2D side-scroller game. But I think it'd be fun to have like a Zelda game where the whole entire time you play as a 2D character that's like side-scrolling, and you're just going through Hyrule in a pure Metroidvania style of game. I think it would really, really work, honestly. I don't know if they'll ever do it because there's so many other ways for them to make Zelda games fun, but I would not complain if they made a Metroidvania style game for Zelda. I'm just gonna use Din's Fire right here because I'm too lazy to equip a stick. And we have enough magic. We found the extended magic meter last episode. But also, speaking of new Zelda games, right before I started recording this video, just a few hours ago, Nintendo dropped a trailer for DLC. It's like a whole new expansion for Hyrule Warriors, which I'm really excited about because it's actually a prequel to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now that I think about it, the Breath of the Wild game is going to be a trilogy now because we have the Hyrule Warriors prequel, the Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild 2 coming out probably holiday season next year. Another huge rupee that we don't need, but I guess it makes us feel more rich to have the cuffs full at all times. But yeah, the DLC is called Age of Calamity, and it reminds me sort of the Octopass expansion for Splatoon 2. That was like another separate whole thing that you can download to give you another side of the game practically. And it looks like tons of fun because I love Hyrule Warriors. I thought it was a really fun game. I don't like the gameplay style of Hyrule Warriors more than regular Zelda games, but I think there's a place for it for sure. And I think it's really, really cool that they're making the prequel. Oh my god, there's another Triforce on that wall. Holy crap. I think it's really, really cool and almost perfect that they're using Hyrule Warriors to make the prequel because Like, all of the flashbacks in Breath of the Wild pretty much tell you about kind of what happened to destroy the world. And it's practically a war that they go through, which leads Hyrule to be in the desolation it is in Breath of the Wild. And Hyrule Warriors is literally a game where you just have a bunch of enemies and stuff on screen. It's literally like a war game because there's tons of enemies everywhere all the time. So it's like almost perfect. It's like it makes too much sense almost that they're choosing Hyrule Warriors to be like the game that they're using to tell the prequel for Breath of the Wild. I'm happy they're releasing this because it's going to hold us over this year until we get Breath of the Wild 2, which they knew that making us wait a long time for a Zelda game because it's a bit antsy, so I'm glad they keep on giving us stuff to hold us over. Between that and the Cadence of Hyrule DLC this year, I'd say can't complain too hard, being a Zelda fan and all. Cross this. But yeah, it's pretty wild that Nintendo just dropped another bomb on us like that. Oh, I guess it's not a bomb necessarily, but another really cool update. Like, 2020 isn't the best year for Nintendo, but at the same time, I'd say it's still a pretty good year between Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, we're having all this Super Mario 35th anniversary stuff, new Pokemon Snap, and I know there's been a lot of good third-party games. So I'd say overall, like, hasn't been the best year for Nintendo, but I'd say it's been a pretty solid year now with all the new stuff that they just announced. And who knows, they probably have a few more announcements because it's only September, it's the beginning of September, so I'm sure we're going to see a few more things in the near future, at least I hope. Oh, and there's also Pikmin 3 Deluxe coming out, which I am so excited for. But speaking of Zelda's 35th anniversary, last episode's comment question of the day, I asked you guys, what would you like to see as an announcement for Zelda's 35th anniversary? And I would say the most common answer was, surprisingly, a new HD remake of Skyward Sword. See, I think Skyward Sword is an alright game. It just has a lot of problems, which, if it is your first Zelda game, I can see it being a good experience because it has a lot of great moments. If they ever release a Skyward Sword randomizer, I will probably do it because I think it would be a fun way to revisit the game and give my opinions about it and talk about it more. But yeah, I definitely think Skyward Sword would work. I would hope they would make a more definitive edition though. Sort of like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and just like kind of polish the game up a little bit, fix all the complaints, the major complaints people had with the game. I think if they just tightened the story up a little bit, just made it a bit faster with its pacing, because it's a little bit slow, especially towards the beginning, and I think that can be pretty off-putting to people, especially people who are playing for their very first Zelda game, especially in this day of age where everybody wants like really quick storytelling and has really short attention spans. It's probably for the best that they do that. But I will say, my favorite thing about Skyward Sword is the dungeons. I think the dungeons in Skyward Sword are some of the best, along with some of the overworld areas are really fun to explore. Only downside is they kind of make you explore them to death because there's not a whole lot of areas to explore in the first place. The next most common answer was an Oracle of Seasons and Ages remake using the same game engine as Link's Awakening. And Oracle of Ages and Seasons is actually still the only Zelda game that I haven't played yet, or games, and I feel really bad. I really need to play them before the end of this year. But the HD remake of Link's Awakening was also my first experience playing Link's Awakening. And, oh wait, I can't believe I just did that. Did I really just go out of order with these Deku Scrubs? I'm such a noob. I wasn't even thinking. But yeah, a part of me kind of just wants to wait until there's potentially an HD remake of Oracle of Ages and Seasons to play it for my first time. But at the same time, I should probably still play like the classics. But it would be great to see that game remade as well, because I've heard from a lot of people that it's way better than Link's Awakening. And so to see those games remade would probably be pretty awesome. Along with Minish Cap, I think Minish Cap could also kind of round out the HD remake of those like 2D Zelda games. I would really appreciate that too, because Minish Cap is my favorite 2D Zelda game. I just love the overworld in that game, and I love Inslow, the hat that talks to you. I love the Pokiri, the Minish. I love Kingstone pieces and all of that stuff. Everything about Minish Cap is great, and I would love to see it revived. Alright, Gomer, how's it going, girl? Girl, you're looking a bit irritated. You got something in your eye? You got to bring out the Deku Sticks. Bam! I can't believe I didn't one cycle. Classic attacking toucans. Can't even one cycle Goma, even after he's played the game a million times. It's okay though. So we're just gonna Knock Goma out right here and finish it real quick. Nice. I guess doing jump attacks with Deku Sticks can't kill him in one cycle. You have to do a jump attack and then a bunch of crouch stabs, I believe. But there's just like a lot of small things that I can't remember whenever I'm playing the game, because I don't play the game quite enough to have great muscle memory with some of the aspects of it. A bloop! I'm gonna guess we're gonna get the Spirit Medallion. Ah-cha-cha-cha. We actually got the Kokiri Emerald. Unexpected. Unwanted as well. Is the water still in here? The water is still in here. We're not even gonna drain the well anymore, because we don't need to. We don't want to take away the water supply from all of the people living here. I mean, yes, it might be mixed with the decaying corpses of all of the creatures down in the bottom of the well, but that's not that important. That's just a minor detail. Okay, I feel like I'm coming back to this boulder maze for like the 20th time in this Let's Play. I've come back here way too much. Something I hope we get in the near future is some beans. I thought there was 10 instances of beans hidden around the world, because we gotta be able to plant all 10 things of beans into the soil. But there's almost like no chance, there's almost no way that there's 10 things of beans hidden around the world. It's my first time doing beansanity, so I'm not entirely sure how it works. Okay, let's get this guy that's been hiding back here for way too long. Nope, no beans today. Damn. Okay, well, let's go to Spirit Temple next. Let's do the child section of the Spirit Temple. And I was also informed that Spirit Temple, whenever you're doing dungeon entrance randomizer, Spirit Temple isn't added to the entrance randomizer because of the way the Spirit Temple works. Since there's technically 3 entrances to the Spirit Temple, the main entrance and then one on each hand, they don't mix it up because I think it wouldn't work properly. It would get all confusing. Or at least that's what I was told. Which makes sense. No complaints about that. And there's Noboru in here. I'm so ready to go into Noboru's tiny hole right here to get the treasure that's on the other side. Somebody said that they hope that Nintendo releases an official randomizer someday for Zelda games. And oh my god, my shield. I can't believe I just let that happen. That was the stupidest thing I could have let happen, honestly. Oh well. But yeah, I don't think Nintendo is ever going to release an official Zelda randomizer, at least for a Zelda game that already exists. Just because it's a little bit too mod heavy, it's not clean enough, I would say. I think what they would have to do is they'd have to come up with a Zelda title where like that is the gimmick. That's how the whole entire thing works. Which Zelda Link Between Worlds is a little bit like that, with the way you get your items. You buy them randomly from Ravio when he takes over your house and turns it into a shop and he sells you items there. But you can buy the items in whatever order you want and do the dungeons in like completely random orders. Let's go, yeah, I guess the left works. Let's put on our Hylian shields. But I honestly think that they could make a Zelda randomizer officially if the game's mechanics were truly built around that. But I don't see them ever releasing it as an official thing for like Ocarina of Time or something. Especially since the mod like already exists. And I feel like that's maybe why Nintendo doesn't take it down. Because Nintendo DMCA's a lot of like fan-made Zelda mods and stuff. But I don't think they've ever done anything about Zelda randomizers, and maybe that's just because they respect it and also acknowledge that it's never something that they're probably going to create themselves. So there's no reason for them to like not allow it. Because it's not like it replaces Zelda games. It's not like it's a fan-made Zelda game. I don't know. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to freeze him here. Get out of my way. Take him out with that. Nice. So weak. Such a large bubble, but so weak. Can't even handle the sauce. Another thing that a few people mentioned would be really cool is if we got a Zelda Maker, similar to Mario Maker. Oh, gold gauntlets! Sick. Now we can literally pick up anything. So strong. Why go to the gym and work out when you could just get yourself a pair of gold gauntlets? I'm pretty sure you can get them in just 2 days on Amazon Prime. I don't know why you wouldn't. It kind of sucks that I don't have any magic right now, or else I could take care of this guy way faster. But we can just take care of him the normal way. We have the slingshot. Die, bitch. Burn in hell. But Zelda Maker is like one of those things that I'm like not very sure about. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea, like a 2D Zelda Maker. I think it's fine to have as like an additional mode in a Zelda game, sort of how they do it to Link's Awakening, and I think that they could have something even a little bit better. Like if they ever do remake Oracle of Ages and Seasons, whew, I think that would be a better game to like continue building upon the Zelda Dungeon Maker that Dampé has in Link's Awakening. So I think the way they do it in Link's Awakening is a little bit lackluster, but I do think it would still work perfectly as like an add-on for one of the future Zelda remakes, as long as they like kind of take what they learned from the Link's Awakening version of it and continue to expand upon that and build it. But as far as a full game, I don't know. I don't know if playing a bunch of 2D Zelda dungeons is something that a lot of people want to do. Like 2D Mario games are a little bit different. There's just a little bit more you can do there creatively, I feel. Now if they ever do you like to make your own Zelda dungeons and stuff, I hope they do it in 3D and allow you to kind of like construct it sort of like I play Planet Coaster a lot, which allows you to make 3D environments. I could see them somehow taking elements of that type of gameplay. And it's so crazy how these keys just like run towards the fire. They're addicted to it. So weird. And then on top of everything else, I'm pretty sure there's already some tools online that allow you to make your own 2D Zelda dungeons. And there's a game, like a fan-made game, that allows you to make Zelda-style dungeons. It's not officially Zelda, but it allows you to do practically the same thing. And I feel like those are like satisfactory when it comes to that. But I don't know, Zelda Maker just doesn't seem like a perfect idea. Sounds better on paper than in execution, I think. This? No! I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure, I was hoping that'd be the Prelude of Light. Being able to just teleport back to the Temple of Time as a kid would be great. It would save me quite a bit of time. Oh my lord. We have 24 out of 25. What happens if this is the last episode? I'm like not ready for this series to end all of a sudden. I feel like next episode's gonna be the finale already, which is gonna make this the shortest ZOOTR of all time. Which is kind of surprising, because I thought with the settings I had turned on, I thought it was gonna be the longest. But, I mean, hey, we're just experimenting with a ton of settings on this one, so I guess it's fine that it's shorter. Especially because ZOOTR 5 is gonna be like the ultimate ZOOTR with all the settings and stuff that we choose. I am still a little bit disappointed with how short this ended up being. But hey, who knows? It's like, I feel, is there more than 25 Triforce Shards hidden? Because if there, it seems like there is. I feel like I wouldn't have found as many as I have already this quickly. Scratchy boy hiding right over here. Ooh, another boss key, probably for the Forest Temple, yeah. That's the only boss key we don't have anymore. Unless we almost have all the keys in the game. Like, we're pretty far into this randomizer. I guess something else is, even though this randomizer has less episodes than some of the others, I think that's also because the way I'm editing ZOOTR 4 and kind of approaching it, it's a lot more quick-paced than the previous ZOOTRs. I'm like editing more walking and stuff out. I feel like we're just kind of going everywhere. So even though this series is like fewer episodes, I think it's still like around the same length as like what ZOOTR 2 was. But it doesn't help that I'm not having to fight Ganondorf or do like all of Ganon's tower or something. But like I said, we're going to be doing a lot more Zelda Randomizer, so I think having a shorter series is totally okay. Because I almost just want to start playing Twilight Princess Randomizer soon. So many chests in this room. This room is so plentiful. Nice, nice. What's over here? You. Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. I can't believe it's over. Curse you, Dwayne. Someday, when the seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants. Please don't exterminate my descendants. My children. My children. My children did nothing to you, Ganondorf. You're an asshole. I hope you're locked away forever. Wow. I was not going into this recording session expecting it to be the finale. And now we're on the credit sequence. I haven't even been recording this for an hour yet. Well, I'm sorry if this ending so abruptly is a disappointment to you, because I know a lot of you like Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and this was probably going to hopefully go on for a few more episodes than it did. But that also is just kind of what happens when we go into it using completely new settings and trying a different mode. So I would say overall, I'm still happy with the way this randomizer turned out, because I'm happy I got to test out a lot of the settings that I didn't originally get to test out at other times. I like how we just suddenly became an adult all of a sudden when we were a kid earlier. But damn, Triforce Hunt. It's definitely a lot shorter, but that's good for races and stuff. Like if I was good to plan races for the future for like my events like versus Expo and stuff, I think Triforce Hunt is the best way for us to have like quicker races that are things that people can watch in one sitting, like a basketball game or something. Because a regular Zelda randomizer is pretty damn long if you're doing the whole entire thing. But for, I think, races and stuff, Triforce Hunt is a great addition. And I'm happy to have finished. This is my first time officially finishing a Triforce Hunt. Like, I've started them in the past to test them out, but I had, like, crowd control on and stuff, so I never ended up finishing them. So it's kind of cool to see how they end. So what items have we not yet found? We never found the bow and arrow. Never found the weird egg from Malon. Didn't find the fire or Zora tunic. We didn't find double defense. We found 0 magic beans, which still blows my mind. I can't believe we didn't find any of those. If there's 10 hidden in the world, then we just had terrible bean luck. We didn't find Ruto's letter, the Song of Time, Prelude of Light, Bolero of Fire, and then several of the medallions. But we still collected a majority of the main things. What I'll probably do is I'm going to do a bonus episode after this, where I'm going to continue looking around and find the remaining items that we haven't found yet, just so we can see where they are. So this can have a little bit of a better, like, finish to it. Assuming I can do that, I'm pretty sure I can continue playing on this file after the credit sequence is over. Because I want to play a little bit more Ocarina of Time. Like, this was really short. Man, I love this credit sequence. One of the best credit sequences for a game of all time. You've seen all the characters dance and have fun and hang out with one another. So iconic. Especially these characters, because I love them so much. Ocarina of Time nostalgia just hits me so hard. It has so much power over me. But Ocarina of Time is like a drug for me. Can never have enough. I get comments all the time from people asking if I ever get tired of playing Ocarina of Time. And surprisingly, no. The thing is, I'm not surprised that I'm not getting tired of it, because there's other people who are speedrunners who play the game 10,000 times more than I do, and they also don't really get tired of it. Like, just the way this game is set up, you just don't really get tired of it for some reason, especially with all the different ways you can play it. It's like such a perfect game. You got all the sages out here, you know, chilling, living their lives, giving us some of that inspirational music for the end of the Let's Play where we can get in our emotions and in our feels. This has been a crazy year for emotions, 2020. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope life is going all right for you. I know things can be really hard with social distancing and quarantine and like not being able to see friends and other people and do as much stuff. And I'm hoping I'm able to bring you just a little bit of happiness to your days when there's so many just negative things happening. So all we can do is just try to bring more positivity to the world when things are going south. And then here we are, Navi leaving us. That's not positive, that's sad. Navi, don't go. Don't go. Maybe I should make a short video series of me playing that Missing Link ROM by Kaze. It's that little story that takes place in between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. That'd be kind of fun, I think. Well, that's another ZOOTR, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. I do want to check real fast and see if we're going to be able to continue playing a little bit, because I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, I went ahead and selected the file, and we have 25 out of 25 Triforce pieces, and we are still able to play and move around and collect stuff. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have one bonus video that's going to be the technical finale of this series. I'm not going to mark this episode as the finale because I don't want them to watch this and know it's going to end on this episode. So I'm going to make the next episode the finale to kind of like trick people and give them something a little bit unexpected. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. But until then, I'm gonna go play some more Hollow Knight. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, it means a lot. And subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel already. And I will see you guys in the finale / bonus episode / next series that we're gonna be doing here on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you coming and spending time with me and watching these series and making this whole entire thing such a fun experience for me. Anyways, you're awesome. Love your face. Take it easy. See you next time.